Hey you guys, I've decided to use a water pet in this coming class wars, and since I have two Tritons, both of them are maxed out and everything, I'm going to upgrade one of them to Poseidon. I actually made this Poseidon originally just to use as a second support. You know, I had a lot of Sepulchrum and Mahra, and I thought another Triton in Sylph Expedition might be nice, which it would, but now I'm just going to turn it into a Sylph that is not that useful for Sylph Expedition. So that's okay, but just ended up having a different use. So you know, I don't have a lot of skills here, so we'll buy the skills and everything, and yeah, and prep it up for a PvP Sylph. And so why don't we just go ahead and do the refinement first. Right now I have a bunch of the points put into endurance, but I'm not totally sure if I want to do that. At first I thought, oh, maybe you know, I'm going to lose a lot of HP not using my Hera in class wars, so need to think about that. But otherwise, I can go ahead and refine. I don't use him for anything, so it shouldn't give me any warnings. So here's the big guy, Poseidon. Triton is actually one of the better looking art out of the bunch, so kind of sad to see him turn into like this big guy with man boobs and a skirt. But there's Poseidon. Oops. Okay. Go over to stats. And I think I'm gonna leave the point assignment alone. I think either auto or, well, an auto is just gonna go half intel, half endurance, which I guess is fine. Yeah, I don't really know the best way to go about that, so I think it'll be okay if I just do that. Alright, and what else? Why is this blinking at me? Why is this bugging? Don't understand what is going on here. Alright, no idea what happened there. It bugged, I needed a refresh, but they did end up distributing my points half and half, and that's totally fine. I don't have gear for him yet, but I will put my nice set of gear that I have on Hecate at the moment. I'll switch these to magical attack, well, at least the... Actually, should I use... Okay, so I might end up using this set of gear, just because these ones probably have some better refinements for a magical pet. I'll have to figure out all that stuff later, but either way, he's looking pretty cool. And what else do we have to do for you? I'm not going to put any Sepulchrum into him, you know. I do have a good chunk of advanced Sepulchrum, but I'm kind of waiting until I can get a Loki or an Odin or something like that to use all that stuff. So I'm just in hoarding mode. I'm not really thinking about a lot of Sylph upgrades. You know, I'm gonna leave my Hecate at 3 bananas, and yeah, so I don't want to be using a lot of those materials yet. Skills. Skills would be the most important part. So I have a good chunk of bound balins, and so I can go ahead and use those. At the moment, there's nothing really that I'd be interested in no spenders or whatever that I would really want to use my real balins for. So something very nice here is that because I didn't really play with the skills much, I did add on Ice Bolt. I think that must have replaced the Warm Spring, the really basic heal. And so I only have 4 skills on here. I've been using this Triton instead of my other one for Guild Beast. And so the other one that I want to get is Ice Shield. This is the big snowflake shield. It adds absorbs 30% of your damage, or 30% of your HP. And so this guy is 545 bound balins. And so these are the 5 skills that I want. And it might seem weird that I don't have any heals, especially since, you know, Poseidon and all the water sylphs are associated with being the healer sylphs. But I'm going to have a guardian rune, I'm going to have a heal rune, I'm going to have heals on my mage, and I'm going to have big resistances. So I think that I'd prefer just to have a shield, which is really nice, very helpful, and and I also don't want to lose my attack power. So if I try and add in a heal somewhere in this, it's going to really take away from how much damage I can deal. The cooldowns on these skills are not great. It's 25 seconds on the Ice Bolt, so I can probably get 2 of those in within one Sylph mode. This is the 1 second attack, really need that. Tsunami is every 10 seconds, which somehow the 2 second difference between an 8 second skill and a 10 second skill for the Sylphs, just feel, you can really tell. And then of course the Delphic, you probably can only get 1 of them in. So I definitely want all 4 of these damage skills, and then I'm going to go with the shields instead of a heal. Let's see here, just go ahead and... Oh, I need a new slot, that's very important. Spend Bound Balance for a new slot. Perfect. Alright, not interested in the healing effects plus 5% because I'm not going to be healing myself with this Sylph. So, I definitely want Divine Howl and I want Divine Wrath. And I think what I'm going to do is just try and stay in Sylph mode as long as physically possible. So I think maybe I'm going to go with this Water's Heart. I think that might be the next best choice. The other really good passive, or at least previously very good, was this Master of Water, and it made the Delphic have a chance to bind your opponents, which it still has a chance to bind your opponents, but it's much lower than it used to be. This used to be a really OP passive. It was really nice, and you could definitely stun an entire team. Was realistic, and it was really good. But I've seen the rate, and it's just really gone down these days. I don't think it's affected by influence, but it's clearly not as good as it used to be. So I think what I'm going to do is try and just stay in Sylph mode as long as possible, and so I'm going to do everything to keep my awakening points. So I'm going to go ahead and get Water's Heart, and so I'll get that with Bound Balance. And then learn this without a new slot, so it'll cover up Ocean Mirror. So it'll definitely cover that. And then I'm going to get Divine Howl, which this one is has a chance to steal. Oh, chance to recover. Okay, so that's 1,000 Bound Balance. And let's see if it's okay. Yeah, so a chance to recover 300 awakening points. This is really nice. Okay, and then Divine Wrath. And this one just has a chance to steal 150, so your opponent will lose 150, you gain 150. And new slot. Alright, so this is how I want my Poseidon set up. I kind of had it in my head that this is how I want to play. You know, I'm not going to be playing to, you know, heal and just stay alive and see if I can win on damage dealt. I really want to kill with this thing. You know, I don't think people are going to be bringing water resistance, even if my opponents have a chance of you know, finding out, oh, Ilya brought a water pet, I'm going to change up my crystals before I get her. I think even then it's not going to be a huge deal because I have a lot of reduced res, and so I'm going to be dealing a lot of damage with this thing, or at least I think I will. So I'm looking forward to that. So we can go ahead, test him out in a fight, and we'll see him in action later tonight. So I'm not going to even bother putting gear on him because then I have to switch it over from my Heckate or whatever. Let me just make sure I don't have really weird skill. Okay, we'll just go with whatever. Let's see here. Where's Robin? Where's the bird? Let's see here. Still no bird. There she is. Alright, going in with no heals, so she might deal a whole crap load of damage to me. Oh, never mind, she has a dark pet on, and I have way too much dark resistance. I shouldn't even be using this. There's a Rain of Fire. There we go. Don't want to do too much damage because we want to see Poseidon in action. Actually, I think Robin was saying that she's putting on some water resistance for Class Wars, so this might be good to be able to see against somebody who has at least a little bit of resistance. Okay, 369k crit. So that's pretty big, but Robin probably does have a little bit of resistance, so that's a decent gauge. My reduced res will be higher in Class War, so I actually probably would have dealt even more if I had my level 9 will crystals in, but we'll see those later. So anyway, I think Poseidon's pretty cool. I've been seeing them around quite a bit, and I'm looking forward to PvPing with this Sylph. I'm gonna hide him now. The reason why I waited until the last day to do this was so that people wouldn't see that I was making a Poseidon in rankings. There are a lot of people who float around and try to check up on what I'm up to before class wars, so I try and not give them too much information if I can help it. Otherwise, I'm a pretty open book once everything goes out into videos. So take care, you guys. Good luck in class wars, and I hope you guys get a chance to refine one of these sylphs. You know, I think going for the seals is probably a cheaper and better way to get the fuse sylphs. We just sort of have to wait things out. So for now, I'm not going to be getting an Odin, but I don't think that's too huge of a deal. I don't mind kind of just letting my tune go into hibernation for a few months or something if I have to in order to get a cheaper Odin. So take care, you guys. Have a good day.